Oh, what a rocky ride. These boom tube trips just ain't getting any easier. Hang on a second. Just so it looks serious. Once again, live on tape from a secret, undisclosed location, hidden somewhere deep in the bowels of historic downtown St. John's, Newfoundland, comes in the Library of Graphic Literature. With your host, me, Wallace Ron. How's everyone doing this weekend? Or this week? Soon to be weekend. Now, a minor miracle actually occurred this week out here in the far reaches of North America. As you know, sometimes when the weather she be rough, our comics, they don't show up. But this week, despite the snowstorms, despite the sleet, the freezing rain, when I came out the front door of the library this morning, I stepped out onto the front step and it was covered in ice. The sidewalks covered in ice. I had to walk in the streets. Then, of course, by this afternoon, it was raining. So all the ice was gone, thank God. But, surprisingly enough, the comics, they arrived. Don't ask me. I don't know how they got through, where they got through, who got them through. But through they came. And so, it was a delight. It was great. Fabulous. I actually have some comics, some books to share with you and ruminate over, and some tea to sip too. Now that was here all along. So, let's get right to it. Let's not diddle-daddle, dilly-dally, or anything like that, shilly-shally. First up here tonight comes the unknown anti-war comics from the curator of comics himself, Craig Yoe. I know I always say that you know, he's the curator of comics and all that, but he really is. Each Yoe book, to me, it's almost like an art exhibition, and he's chosen the best on a certain subject and laid them all out beautifully. And this is yet another triumph. Last year's actually, We Spoke Out, I think it was, yeah. Absolutely magnifique. Well worth buying. And this, of course, you know, as soon as I seen the name Craig Yoe attached to it, it's just like, oh, I gots to have this. I gots to. So, I got it. And anyway, the unknown anti-war comics featuring the art of Steve Ditko. And, you know, some other stuff, some other people too. Forward by Noel Paul Stukely of Peter, Paul and Mary, who I actually seen back in the 80s in Toronto one time. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, another great little book here from Craig, and let's have a close-up look at it. I love his covers and all that. I love the patterns, all that sort of stuff there. Here's the back of it. His books are always really nicely designed. So anyway, have a look here. Now, very nice. Some, of course, some Ditko there. A few others, but like I say, he really does cut across all boundaries and picks a little bit of this and a little bit of that. The Invaders. I myself, I can't wait to get my mitts and my eyes on this little baby and started reading. Beauty, hey? Ditko, I mean, oh, look there. Ditko, the master. The master, the master, the master. There's a tension in Ditko. I mean, it's like his characters, in some ways, are just about to explode in rage or something. There's something underlying in Ditko's work that always appealed to me, even when I was a kid. Funny enough, I can remember as a kid when the Creeper came out, and I thought the Creeper was the coolest thing. I still do. But I can remember thinking, wow, this Creeper is so much cooler than that Spider-Man character he did for Marvel. Which is funny because, of course, I eventually became a lover of Spider-Man, mainly because of Ditko, though, more than anything else. And his Spider-Man is still my Spider-Man. But anyway, pick up The Unknown Anti-War Comics. Thanks, Craig. Another great book you have gifted to the comic book community. Now let's go on and on and on. Let's see. Oh, here. Let's try this one. Because this one I need the sword, the singing sword. Ooh! This is a singing blade that cuts through here. Come on, cut it open there, you singing blade, you. Sing. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. Oh, sorry, that was me singing, not the blade. Anyway, so we cut loose this book from its plastic prison and present to you once again yet another fabulous volume of the Complete Dick Tracy. Bam, 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 boom, boom, boom. I love Dick Tracy. I love him. As a matter of fact, see, I'll even kiss his books. Another fine book from the fine folks at the Library of American Comics. So once again, with this book, I once again have a complete collection of all their books. And why not? They're bloody fabulous. So, this was one of the first ones that I began collecting from them, and I just went mad from there. Mad, I tell you. Mad. And just kept on going. I love them. There's just something really neat that I like about Gould's style. There's just something hard-nosed and I mean, you know, some people may say, well, you know, he's not that great an artist or whatever, but who cares? He's a great cartoonist. He really is. There's just, I guess it's somewhat like, it's like Ditko. He has an underlying intention. There's something gripping about this. It's like noir comics, noir film in comics form. The characters, I always love the characters like this. Look, Scorpion Diamonds. Come on, where else can you get a character like that? But and I assume now we're up to what, 69 to 70 in this volume 25. It's funny when my good buddy Curtis Finley from the Library of American Comics was on showing this off to everyone there this week. I asked him if, you know, I was curious whether or not when this, because it's coming close to the end of Gould's run, whether or not they're going to continue and all that, and he said he'd check into it for me, and I kind of hope so. Although if it ends with the Chester Gould ones, that's good enough for me, anyways. But and I actually got a little bit of back reading. It's one of the few Library of American Comics that I actually have read every single one of the books I bought, except the last couple or whatever. But that's understandable because, you know, I got a lot of books. Now let's take off its overcoat and let's take a closer look at some of this wondrous. I often wonder if they're going to do a set of color Dick Tracy like Fantagraphics did with the Peanuts. Either way, I still doesn't matter to me. I just love it. I really like the. I mean, you can even see, even from a distance, you can sort of see the spotting, the blacks, the black and whites, the way the blacks seem to be placed so coolly. There's just something really neat about Dick Tracy. I like the sci-fi, the bizarre villains, and the like. Who doesn't like Dick Tracy? I dare you not to like Dick Tracy. I double dog dare you. So yeah, another fabulous volume of the Complete Dick Tracy by Chester Gould, and of course, highly recommended by that guy Wallace Ryan, who happens to be me. Yeah, definitely worth buying. Kissy, kissy, kiss. Ooh, ooh. But yeah, and not only that, like I say, any Library of American Comics book is worth picking up. They do real service to the comic book community with their books, and delightful. Now, what do we have next here? Oh, here we go, from the fine folks at Titan Comics. Now, the only problem I have with these, I mean, I buy them anyway, is that they're not sewn books, but they're the only ones putting out the Michael Moorcock stuff these days, so I gotta go for it. Anyway, this is the Chronicles of Hawkmoon, the James Cawthorn collection. Now, as opposed to the others in this collection, his work for this is all in black and white. So, so it's like I say, very different from the P. Craig Russell approach to it and that sort of thing. It's very different. Now, apparently there's going to be 2 more volumes. I think it even says here, yeah. This is a prelude to the 2019 upcoming publication of The Sword and the Runestaff, the legendary unpublished 2nd volume of the Chronicles of Hawkmoon. And this very edition collects together the first 2 chapters, The Jewel and Skull and The Crystal and the Amulet for the First Time, adapted and drawn by the critically acclaimed writer and artist James Cawthorn. It's kind of cool. It reminds me in some ways of Drew Ye, but very, very different. It has almost this ancient feel, like these are sort of things that are drawings that are carved onto the side of a cave or etched on stone, almost like it's almost an illustrated novel in a way, because there's not much in the way of, word balloons, for instance. But that's okay. This is to me, this is still graphic literature. This to me that sort of reminds me of Drew Ye in a way. But yeah, it's anything by Michael Moorcock or any of his creations that come out in comic book form, I'm going to read. He's an amazing writer, and I highly recommend if you actually, besides getting these books, if you have a chance to actually read the actual original books and all that, you really should. They're absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, now, speeding right along here. This here is volume 18, 1971 to 1972 of Prince Valiant. Now, this one is, this has the last of Hal Foster's full art on the strip. This volume, and it even says on the front by Foster and Murphy, this has some of the first work by John Cullen Murphy on this. Foster stepped back, and he still wrote it, and he still did the layouts and all that for about, I think it was about another 10 years after this. So, I don't know, like I say, I'm a huge fan of Foster himself, but I'm willing to give this guy a chance, because he actually did win quite a few awards for his run on Prince Valiant. Now, Prince Valiant, of course, is by Hal Foster, who was Canadian. As a matter of fact, he came from Halifax, Nova Scotia, the very next province over from us here in Newfoundland. Funny enough, when he was born, Newfoundland actually was an independent country. So, at the time, that was probably, one of the furthest east that Canada got, I guess, at the time. And as a matter of fact, I think Halifax should actually put up a statue in honor of Hal Foster. I mean, he's more than a giant. He's a monolith in the history of comic strips. I mean, his artwork was stunning. The stories are really cool. And I mean, for years too, so many people when they were getting into comics, this was the guy they were lifting a lot of the figures and the action from. Good old Hal Foster. Now, let's have a look through here. As a matter of fact, oh look, there's Cullen himself there. Oh, so but I mean the artwork for Prince Valiant is absolutely. I mean, it's stunning. It's the type of stuff you really don't see anymore. It's, I mean, he goes through so much detail, puts in so much work on every single one of these. It boggles my mind, right? And then slowly but surely, as a matter of fact, I can even start to see a slight. I don't know if I'm getting it right, if these are the right changes, but it's still, I can see a subtle change here actually. But now, like I say, I'm wondering whether or not how far they're going to continue. I'm assuming maybe they will go to the end of the Foster run at least, in terms of the scripts and all that. But I'll still collect it anyway, because you know it's Prince Valiant. He's darn cool. Oh yeah, look, as a matter of fact, look, in our next volume. So yeah, I'll collect it right to the end. So I'd assume there's another 5 volumes. There's 2 years in each of them. So I've gone this far. Why not go a little bit further? Okay, and to end off this week's, we have Marvel, excuse me, Team Up, Volume 4. Big fan of the Team Up. This actually was one of the first new Marvel comics I started to collect in the 70s. Was when I began collecting comics. Well, collecting Marvel comics anyway. I always collected DC. And I don't know why I got into it, but there was just something cool about it. But so this one has the work of Sal Buscema and Ross Andrew, and let's have a look here, and Jim Mooney. And the neat thing about this is it has the giant-sized Spider-Man and Punisher annual in it, which was actually, I actually bought that comic. I had that comic as a kid, so it's kind of cool for it to come back, for it to make its way back to me. Anyway, this is it. I always love that scene there. Ross Andrew, he's top-notch. And Sal, of course, Sal is Sal. Sal is an action man. Sal rules. I always did like Sal Buscema. There's just one of the great storytellers. But yeah, check it out. Marvel Team Up. Okay. Especially for you Marvel Masterworks fans, you gotta have it. So I guess that's about it for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. And stay tuned for next week. We got some really cool stuff next week, including the Conan the Barbarian Omnibus, which I'm going to be flipping out over. So you have to stay tuned just to see me go insane. That being said, once again, let us summon the boom tube, and I will be out of here. Love all you folks out there in comic book land. Keep on reading. See you later.